Mary meet Annie here. I am all about mystery. It's what called me to my spiritual path, and it is what keeps me happily wandering along that path. I love the freedom of not needing to know. You might remember when I posted a vlog on labyrinths that I mentioned that the kind of labyrinth I prefer is the one called a meander. Well, that's how I look at my spiritual path, too. And no need to see a light at the end of the tunnel or end of the path. Willing to take a look-see at everything along the way. And quite happy to be unsure. I love this from Frederick and Marianne Broussat on their Spirituality and Practice website. To be spiritual is to have an abiding respect for the great mysteries of life, the profound distinctiveness of other souls, the strange beauty of nature and the animal world, the ineffable complexity of our inner selves, the unfathomable depths of the inexplicable one. The wisdom traditions challenge us to live within a cloud of unknowing. The first step in the practice of mystery is to cherish the baffling, curious, hidden and inscrutable dimensions of your existence and the world around you. Live with paradoxes. Give up the idea that you can always get it. Be suspicious of all the ologies that try to explain everything, from astrology to psychology to theology. Mystery can seem like the VBT, the very big thing. It can be as vast as the meaning of life, that's for sure, the source of life, or the answer to what happens when we are done here. But it is as well the small and tender things in our everyday living, like wondering what your dog is thinking when it's staring at you, or having a moment in a shopping mall when it feels as if all the human voices become one. The poet Mary Oliver wrote that we could be happy and feel blessed with the complexity. That's actually the reflection that is at the top of my page for this day in the season of Samhain. Blessed with the complexity. How's that for a beautiful way to relate to mystery? Mystery is as much about what we don't understand as it is our releasing our need to understand. Not always easy. A tidy and understandable universe can be a comforting thought. You probably know, because of how many times I've quoted them in the past, how much I love Joyce Rupp and Macrina Whitaker's book, Circle of the Seasons. I like everything each of them has written. And in Joyce's book, The Cup of Life, she offers a breathing meditation for mystery that I like to use today to honor that's the word of the day for me. Breathing in, oh, mystery. Breathing out, alive in me. Oh, mystery, alive in me. And here's a quote from a book that I will be referencing later in December in one of the community Vlogmas prompts about books that you recommend. Annie Dillard's Pilgrim at Tinker Creek. Annie wrote, "Our life is a faint tracing on the surface of mystery." I love the way that encourages us to think that mystery is inclusive of us and we are not separate from it. And when it comes to who we are as mystery, in a long discussion on this in a witch salon not too long ago, someone came with a quote from Terry Payton that moved me. Honestly, I don't know anything about Terry Payton, but his website advises he's a philosopher, author, and activist. The quote that was part of that night's Witch Salon discussion is, "All authentic spirituality has at its core a profound and life-changing experience that is beyond all categories and conventional modes of speech." From my personal reflections over the years, mystery is vast and intimate. It is external and internal. It is separate from us, and yet we are a part of it. It's the place where words fail us when it comes to the beauty and meaning of our spiritual explorations. It is everything which is wonderful and indescribable. It's the question without an answer, and yet it is the answer to everything. It is okay not to know. Or at least that's what mystery is to me. What is it to you? I leave you on this reflection, a bit longer maybe than some of them on these daily posts, with a not-so-short poem. A friend of mine was diagnosed a couple of years ago with an incurable cancer, which in the end was quite curable, and my friend is alive and well. During her treatments, she collected poetry to consider in what she was thinking at the time was her ending times. A poem that she shared with me made it to my reflections for today. I think if it was the only thing on this page when I came to this day's reflections, I would declare it enough. The poet is Jennifer Williamson. Jennifer has a lovely website and blog, and she freely shares her art as well as offering it for sale in various forms. Her website's healingbrave.com. And her poem is called An Ode to the Immeasurable Mystery of Life. To move through the world transparently. Wouldn't that just be nice? To not pin things down and tie them up. Wouldn't it be relief? To not have to identify with everything, and sometimes even anything. I'd like to just live in the world, just for a glimpse, without needing to be of the world, without a label or word for everything. Are the dead more alive than the living? I wonder if we should stop wondering about everything. If I think a little less or a little more, does it change who I am, really, at the core? What's underneath is underneath, no matter what I throw on top of it. Maybe if I stop describing it, I can start living it. Maybe life will start living me. When I stop trying to close in on myself, trying to nail down the truth and open up to the incomprehensible mystery, I can join the truth. Am I so hypnotized by what happens that I've forgotten a vital half missing? No. Not aligned with a greater reality, simply needing to look through my eyes instead of with them. I feel the guidance to hold the truth that I'm living and dying, all at the same time. It's a paradox, complexity, whole and wondrous in its own right. If we look out into the vast night, there's more than what is seen. There's the unseen, the unheard, the unfathomable half, without which there would be no path for the stars to align into portraits painted across the sky. Nothing for us to place words upon, and nothing for the eye. To think that I am only what I think would be a lie. Even space would like to look at itself without being called a sky. And just look, it might whisper, without needing to know you will know. Perhaps if I looked through my eyes and not with them, I'd be looking at myself. Wherever it is I go, that's the paradox, the complexity of understanding the soul. Doesn't need to know in order to know. Only in stillness am I present inside the great mystery. I wish you all mirth and reverence in the season of Samhain. Mary Part.